in this birth, I was getting beaten up as a kid and I wished for a guru. I wanted a guru to teach me how to deal with this kind of violence. There's so much violence. And when I got angry with Shiva because after many days of praying also he's not sent any guru. I didn't ask him for strength. I didn't ask him for solutions. I said, you just send me a guru. Give me knowledge. I'll do the rest. I was very annoyed with him. I said, I'm not like your other beggar disciples, beggar devotees begging you for things. I didn't beg you for anything. I said, just give me knowledge. You put me in this situation. I will deal with it like a warrior, but you give me knowledge. I was just 12 years old. That time, uh, those guys, they took some cow dung and rubbed it on my face and all. They made me sit inside a gutter. I was sitting there and I was crying and I was telling Shiva that this is just not happening. And I got beatings also that day. Nice beatings. I got beatings because I tried fighting them using some weapons and all. They took a knife and threatened me and beat me up. Something and all was going on in my life. So then I said, okay. When I was in this situation, suddenly this Babaji only came, but he came in a form of a Gurkha from Nepal. And I didn't know that years later I would go to Nepal. I had no idea. So he took me under his wing and he taught me how to fight, and then he vanished mysteriously. And he came back again when I was 18. By the time I had become an entrepreneur, with the little bit that he told me, I'd become an entrepreneur and we were running some really world-class companies from India. And a chain entrepreneur, nevertheless. I was doing my 7th or 8th company and this was a robotics company. When I was doing that,
Wow.
I was just 18 years old. And my father was
Wow.
a professor in the Indian Institute of Science, so I had access to the Indian Institute of Science library, and I had read everything, and I was up to
Mm.
date on what quantum mechanics are and everything, and I was like following the whole growth of the quantum physics field live because that time
Mm.
nobody would talk about it on television because nobody could understand. And we had books, and
Yes.
books would come, the latest books would come from various journals that have been published would reach the Indian Institute of Science library. So that was the most amazing part.
Mm.
Where I really love to
Mm.
learn new things, right? So I just go all out and learn. And because of that hunger to learn is why I could read the Puranas, the Vedas, the Upanishads, and the Itihasas in just 13 months. I could read every single one of it with Babaji's
Mm.
grace, of course, and time expanding techniques.
Mm.
So I did all that
Mm.
stuff. I learned even the 64 tantras and then I came back. It was quite a journey. And that's when he met me. When I was 18, when he met me, I hadn't heard of Indian knowledge at all. I was only into science. That's when he
Yes.
met me and he told me, listen, you've become very arrogant. Just because things come easy to you doesn't mean that other people are worse than you. They have their karmas and they have their papas and they are trudging along as fast as they can. And you should never judge other people and never feel yourself superior. So I had too much vitamin S that time, vitamin superiority. So that time Baba warned me. He said, you can't laugh at people making families, getting married, having children. You have to do it yourself. Go and get married. I said, you have to have children. He said, no, at least get married. So I said, okay, whatever you say. And you'll come back for me. He said, yes, I'll come back. And then he came back when I was 32. So that time I closed all my businesses and I closed my marriage also. Everything done. And I packed up to be a yogi. Finally, I could live the lifestyle that I wanted to live after so many years. I was 32 years then. So I stayed in the mountains for around 7 years or more. After that, I did come back to the south. I tried to teach something. I got fed up of people again. So I just started drinking and smoking and just relaxing. I went to the mountain and I used to sit there. Because money was never an issue for me. It still never is. So then I lost my health completely because I forgot my promise that I'll teach yoga. So he made me go through hell. For me to understand about health took me a long time because there's so much wrong knowledge out there. And now I'm telling people after the so many years of my research, I can tell them which book to read. Mitochondriac Manifesto by R.D. Lee. Read this one book, you'll know everything about health. I can save you years and years of research. Okay? One book. Mitochondriac Manifesto by R.D. Lee. That's it. Okay? This same author has written another amazing book called Gut Brain Secrets. If you read these two, you'll have 360-degree view on modern health and how to protect your health. So by the time I came to this book, many years had passed and I had become extremely sick, thin, malnourished, horrible I had become. My skin was gone, my hair was all falling out, and I was in a really bad shape. So then I came back and I started applying these principles, and then I got back to teaching. In 2020, he allowed me to teach. One of the things is that he didn't let me teach also. He said, I want you to teach, but when I tell you. I'm like, what? When there's no puja offered in temple for 30 days, then you can teach. I'm like, when will that ever happen? And it happened in August 2020. And I felt like, wow, Baba's going to come back. Meanwhile, after my marriage, I've had more than 70 relationships, okay? And I'm like, I can't take it anymore. And I was again in Goa with another girl and thinking that things are going to work out between us, but nothing was working out. So I said, I've had enough of this karma thing. Please take it away. So 2020, he taught me how to take out karma. I took out the karma of having girlfriend. After that, no girlfriend. I've been really happy. From 2020 till 2024, 4 years, no girlfriend. Full maja. Right? In this 4 years, I managed to really grow my organization. I had 500 followers on social media. I took it from there, and then we got to 157k, 156k or something on Instagram, and some 60k plus on YouTube. So, with some hard work and without knowing anything, with a team which is Lagan team, they don't know anything. We are still winning the match. Baba is great. Listen to him. If you don't listen to Baba like me, you'll get screwed.
I think you were made to walk through hell for a
Yeah, I'm
reason
not faced by anything now. Nothing can
to
scare
come
me.
out.
Nothing I'm scared of. You put me in
Yeah.
jail, I'll make everyone go spiritual.
Actually, you answered a question. I only noted down one question to must ask you was I had a similar time last 10 years, and I often ask that why I was made to go through hell, and then I was pulled out. If I was walking through hell and I was doing all the wrong things, drinking, smoking, everything wrong, then why I was made to pull out, just like that, plucked out. And for last couple of years, I've been trying to figure out. Then we started this Tathastu, and this just happened very accidentally that there were people I've been talking to, spiritual people like you, and I come from publishing content, video, this creative side of things. So I started helping some gurus, and then I realized that ashrams, gurus, they need some technological help, something to connect them with the YouTube, Instagram, get reach out to more people. So we just
Great.
started doing that, and from that, this idea of the Tastu came to actually first catalog ashrams and then make courses like you were doing. So why was I made to walk through hell? Then why was I plugged out? So I think I got the answer from
Good, good.
your example. You can't really appreciate things if everything is going honky dory and you're
No, you
working
don't
in the
have
straight
value for
line.
it then.
You don't value for it. Yes, you and like you said, you were marked for something really special, and you completely disregarded it and took a wrong turn and started enjoying it. Double whammy. Took a
Oh,
wrong
yeah.
turn and started enjoying it. That's like
I mean, I've enjoyed everything, man. Even now, I'm enjoying
Mahapap
it. Right
square.
turn, wrong turn. I've decided to enjoy life. I'm here to have fun.
That's the whole point, isn't it?
The day they stopped having fun, I told Devi,
What
kill me.
else?
The day I don't have fun, one day also I don't have fun, kill me.
That's the whole point. And there's so many things you're giving to people. There's so many ideas. I really, your the whole way of expressing and connecting is completely. I love it. It's very different. It's not like what do you say, produced or artificially put together or prepared, or it's just impromptu. And I love impromptu. Even in my podcast, I don't prepare questions. I don't give anyone questions in advance. They all ask. Some people don't come. They said, no, we
Hmm.
need set of questions. I said, I don't know you enough. I'll talk to you and then we'll figure out and then we'll discuss and then we'll edit out some good parts. It's simple
Yeah,
as
that's
that.
one
It's
way to do it
communication.
also. That's right.
And that's your kind of content and
Mm.
I absolutely love it.